Greg is back with us, hopefully to finish off a day of terrible takes with a strong one. But got to go to Marcellus first.
Yeah.
Is there any chance that the Cowboys draft a quarterback in the first round?
Hell no. Did you hear Jerry's laugh? That was one of them laughs like, boy, you lucky you got me on this damn live air. Because, boy, I would dog curse you for this ignorant question. Hell to the no. Are they going to draft a quarterback? Now, look, if Trevor Lawrence falls in the draft to the Dallas Cowboys, I think the Dallas Cowboys will sit there, hold Trevor Lawrence hostage as trade bait to get another team to go and get him. But on their roster, no, the Dallas Cowboys already have their quarterback of the present and of the future once he heals up. I have to remind people that Gilbert's touchdown that we saw against the Pittsburgh Steelers was only the second touchdown by the Dallas offense since Dak Prescott was hurt, and that was 36 possessions later. Imagine if you guys could, a quarterback that was in this draft that could guarantee you wins, could guarantee you points. I wonder, would you draft that same quarterback? Well, this full screen will illustrate who you're going to draft. It's the quarterback you already have. Dak or a bust? Whoa. 32 points a game with Dak Prescott and only 10 cents. 6.5 net yards a play. We see all that, the yardage, 488. 278. You see two categories in which they're the worst team in the NFL since Dak has been injured. My question to you two is simple. If there was a quarterback to draft that can guarantee you 22 more points in the draft, you would take him, right? Well, then you already got him on your roster. Shut up the talk of drafting another quarterback.
Shut up.
Dak Prescott is this franchise's quarterback.
Marcellus, it's hard to disagree with the emotions of that take. The Cowboys fans they're very emotional. I respect that. I'm from Dallas. I grew up in that Dallas Cowboys culture. I understand they're very emotional, so I will acknowledge your emotions. But what I will lead with is this. When you say any chance the Cowboys draft a quarterback in the first round, there should be a chance. I think there is a chance because you might not win a Super Bowl without Dak. But stats study and data shows you won't win one with him. You might not win one without him, but the data, not my opinion, the data shows you won't win one with him. Let me elaborate on said data.
Please.
2011, outside of Tom Brady, every quarterback that's won a Super Bowl been on their rookie deal. I'll talk it out through you. Y'all remember the names as I go. Joe Flacco, he was on his rookie deal, won the Super Bowl before he signed $100 million. Russell Wilson, second year, he was on his rookie deal, won the Super Bowl before he got paid. Let's fast forward. There was Peyton Manning. He was, the 15th highest paid quarterback at that time? He took a pay cut, I think, from $19 million that season to $15 million. Hey, let's keep going. How about Carson Wentz? He was on his rookie deal, and Nick Foles came in as a backup quarterback to win it. Let's just keep going. Jared Goff, he went to the Super Bowl. Also, he was on his rookie deal. Then there's Patrick Mahomes. He won the Super Bowl last year on his rookie deal. You might not win the Super Bowl with that.
So wait. Let me be clear here. I'm going to stop this for 1 second. So if he's saying that Pat Mahomes, he's saying that Pat Mahomes will never have a chance to win a Super Bowl. I think that's what he's saying because now Pat Mahomes has gotten paid that he has no chance of winning. But go on. Go on.
Without him. But you won't win it with him. This isn't my opinion on how good Dak Prescott is. This is the facts of cap and cap structure. In the NFL, you just don't win a Super Bowl when you're commanding that much of the cap. If Dak Prescott were to be kept, he's obviously getting tagged again. If he's not getting tagged again, he's making $30+ million. So if you're Jerry Jones and someone gives you the opportunity in the top 3 overall picks to draft a guy like Justin Fields, a quarterback who had, 40 touchdowns to 1 interception at Ohio State, you have to at least consider it. And more than consider it, you have to weigh that out heavily. Obviously, if they get a chance at Trevor Lawrence, they're going to do that. I'm not even talking that kind of hyperbole. I'm talking a more realistic situation. Cowboys end up with the 3rd overall pick in the draft. Justin Fields was laying in their lap, a rookie quarterback on his rookie deal for at least 4 years. Jerry Jones should at least heavily consider that for the sake of the Cowboys. Where you at, G?
I'm with you right here, Acho.
My dog.
The Cowboys definitely will consider taking a quarterback if that being Justin Fields is there. We know Trevor Lawrence is not there, but let's just say he is there. And forget it. He doesn't even have to be there. This is how it works.
5G just got
how it
real.
works.
iPhone 12 Pro Max and iPhone 12 Mini are here on Verizon 5G.
we get a commercial. That's how it works. I got to hear Greg Jennings because actually I hadn't heard that part on it. So this is what happens when you take a YouTube video. But I ain't mad at them. They got to get paid.
Every year the team has a draft board, and they go off their quarterbacks. They go off best players available. When you look at the Dallas Cowboys, they need so much. But the one piece that they haven't even shored up, and we all have identified that they have it, they've said they have it, and they want to keep it, but they haven't put their money where their mouth is. Where is that position? At quarterback. Why? Because they don't really want to pay that man.
That may be
even
true.
though they know how good he is.
That's
so
true,
when
too.
you don't want to pay, you guys were talking about Carson Wentz and having buyer's remorse. Does the Eagles have buyer's remorse? When you look at that mark, that tag, or that condo, ooh, that's going to be steep. We all know, is Dak worth it? We believe so. But the Dallas Cowboys are looking at a draft like, but could we possibly get something that's not even as expensive, but can render us something better off down the road? Potentially. We don't know. We haven't won with them. The points are great. I love what Dak provides, but we haven't won. We haven't been deep into the playoffs. We haven't got past the divisional round. So all these things that we want to do are still on the table with or without Dak Prescott. It's a draft. This is why we have to evaluate talent. You have to take the best available talent possible. And if Justin Fields is there and Dak Prescott is injured right now. So and let me say this, I'll be done. We all know this is how the league works. It's you got to prove to me that you're going to earn that deal. Okay, now we prove to you that you're going to earn that deal. Dak Prescott, he played out the last 2 years, ball. Still didn't get paid. Now he gets hurt. Now you have to prove to me that you're going to come back and be the same player that you proved to me before when you didn't decide to pay me then. But I'm supposed to believe you're going to pay me now and not take the young draft pick possibly? I don't buy it. They will consider taking a quarterback in this draft.
You don't switch sides, homie. That's what you want to do,
Okay,
Greg? You want to cross the street, be on the other side?
Greener
Finish it up.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to call
It's
you.
just a reality.
I disagree wholeheartedly with what you guys are talking about, but I've learned something about Emmanuel Acho in these last few months. I'm going to start calling him Mr. OK, Mr. Omission King, because I love how he cooks up a book. And if you let that dude talk fast and flap them gums, you're going to miss a few things, but I am a great listener. I talk a lot, but I listen even more. He said any quarterback since 2011, none of those guys
outside of Tom Brady.
Outside of Tom, you don't want to. Tom Brady's a part of this conversation. You know why? Because he's been in 9 and he's won 6. So we're gonna take Tom Brady out, and then we're gonna carve up the calendar and just say since 2011. Oh, I wonder why we want to do that. Because we know we've seen it before, where a guy could take up more than 10% of his cap and still win a Super Bowl. We saw it in '94 with Steve Young. We saw it in '96 with Brett Favre. We saw it in '06 with Peyton Manning. We saw it in 2011, right when Acho wants to be Mr. OK, or Mission King, and then we saw it with Eli Manning. But beyond all that, the Cowboys have greater needs. Offensive line, obviously. Let's talk about the fact that they need something on defense, especially in the secondary. Oh, we could address that, but no, let's just get another quarterback to sit them down behind a prolific quarterback in Dak Prescott. My last point on this is all simple, very simple. Last year's Super Bowl was a battle of contrast, a battle of discrepancy in terms of how you approach the salary cap. Jimmy G.
After 30 days.
All right, we're going to finish it right there because we can't do another ad. Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys and girls for being here and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. And even you backstabbers, and you know who you are, let's get open for business and let's wake up those football gods. I want to point out something to Acho. I remember college, taking statistics and probability. You know, when you lose somebody close to you, you start thinking about all your friends and things. You know, I have, because of the YouTube, I have created lifelong friends that I would not have if it wasn't for them. And right here, I'm holding, let me flip over here. Right now I'm holding, see this? This is an 1876 silver dollar right here. It's got a heads and a tail side. It's a gift from Joseph. I'm sorry, 1888. It's a gift from Joseph Heatherly, who got it from Tombstone. When they were redoing the wooden sidewalks, what would happen is people would lose money. Change and stuff would fall in between the floorboards. And when they went through and changed it, this was one of the coins. He sent me two, one for me and one for Michael Anthony. And you know the amazing thing about a coin? That no matter how many times you flip it and turn it over, you can have 50 times it comes up heads. But you know what the probability that 51st time when you flip it, that it's going to be a tails? 50-50. Doesn't matter what's happened in the past when it comes to probability. So when you talk about, well, a quarterback getting paid, you cannot win. It may make it more difficult, but you can't say in football. Football is one of those things that you cannot quantify and use logic with. There was no logic whatsoever for the Dallas Cowboys to be leading against the Pittsburgh Steelers with the four-string quarterback, with a defense that had been the worst defense in football. There's no way you can quantify that. But I see, I'm about to lose my cool here. You know, I'm tired of Dak Prescott haters. No, hold on. Let me stop for a second. Because I see the beautiful ladies. Miss Anita. I see Jessica. What's up, Jessica? How you doing? I see Lola. I see Miss Jackie. I see Crystal May. And who did I miss? I see, Lola. Lola, are you here? Did I miss any of the beautiful, sexy? Oh, there's Miss Sarah. Sarah, what's up? Hey. You know, here's the cool thing about this channel. Philly wishing he was 500. We got beautiful ladies that grace our place, as opposed to all them sweaty, sausage fests that you have on your channel, okay? For those of you who don't know, Michael Anthony and Philly 500 had a little bet between gentlemen that Philly's decided to turn it into, you know what, I'm going to use this to my benefit. You know that? Philly 500, dude. Philly 500. Dog. That's it, dog. It's war between you and me. Because you know what, brother? You don't understand. I ain't scared of you.
Motherfucker.
You almost had me going. You almost had me rooting for your team. But you know what? I got one thing to say for you. That's what I got to say for you, Philly 500. Okay, sorry about your ears. Sorry about your ears, everybody. Forgive me. I lost my cool there for a second. So, welcome to the show tonight. Sunday, the Cowboys are off. We know we're not going to get a loss. So thank goodness we will not get a loss, which is cool. It's been so long since we haven't had a loss. It's been every Sunday, it seems like it's been a loss. But we don't get one this week. But we get to watch the Eagles and the Giants knock each other's brains out. Not that there's much of a brain between them. There might be a half a brain between the two of them. Maybe. Is that pushing it, Michael? Is that pushing it? A half a brain? We're going to do a dual live stream. We're going to have filthy Philly 500 because he's dirty. He's nasty. He's a backstabber. Okay? And then we're going to have Cole Pizzle. God, I feel dirty. Oh, I need to go take a shower. Just thinking about these two dudes. I just feel dirty. But we're going to do a live stream watching these two guys fight it out. If you're a Cowboy fan, I hate this. I just absolutely positively hate to say this. The best thing for us is actually the Giants to win. Because the Giants technically, depending on which site you look at, some of us have us ahead of them. Some of them have the Giants ahead of us in the draft position. I don't know how we can be ahead of them since, how we can be ahead of them since we beat them head to head. If the Giants win, we're definitely in that number 3 spot. If the Giants win, hey, we can laugh at Philly 500 and the Eagles and say, you lost to the Giants. You lost to the Giants. And that's what I'm really hoping for because, you know how much I hate the Eagles. What I'm hoping to see is this.
I fire Howie. Fucking fire.
No. I know the truth, and so does.
What an idiot! What an idiot! Dallas has Amari Cooper Gallup, but we don't need a receiver. Are you kidding me? I don't want Justin Jefferson. He's ass.
Justin Jefferson's ass.
He's stupid. I fire his ass. I fire his ass. I mean, Howie's got to be stupid. What are you doing? You just let Dallas take him.
Yeah, I want to see a lot of that and definitely a lot of this. Yeah, so we kid because we love. And if anybody sees always a lady, I've been looking for always a lady because she wanted one of our racks. And she hasn't emailed me so I can get her address. So if anybody knows where to find always a lady, because we always love ladies, let me know. Let her know that I need her to email me at cowboysmark94gmail so that way we can get her shot glass rack because Lord knows the Cowboys will make you drink. All right, so here we are. 2-7. Our team's terrible. But we've actually created a little bit of momentum. A little bit of momentum we've actually created with the Cowboys. What's that? That's the big question here. You know what, Philly? I know you're looking at buying a house. I hope you got extra space over there because I might have to send him over to live with you. Okay? Because I'm serious. He may have to come live with you. All right? Because, see, he is on your side. You backstabbing mother humper. That's right, Philly. You backstab. I hope you plan on taking good care of Michael Anthony Fitness. Me and Cop Pizzle will be okay. We'll be okay when we kick that Eagle ass, okay? All right? So, as we went through this past game, we finally got another touchdown. I'm going to ask a really crazy question. Did the Cowboys look like the same team last week that they did against the Cardinals? To me, looking at the wide receivers, looking at the offensive line, looking at everybody from one game to the other, I swear they looked totally different and totally motivated. The defense definitely looked totally different. I think the defense was getting ejection of Randy Gregory, Gilmore, and getting rid of, Don Terry Poe and Everson Griffin. I'm assuming that one of those guys were the guys that were talking to, what's her name, that were literally saying the coaches don't know how to coach, and that she put this injection of young guys that were actually able to stop the run that made your defense a lot better. But looking at the offense had no life against the Cardinals whatsoever with Andy Dalton. I'm going to ask a dumb question. Do the Dallas Cowboys players like Andy Dalton? I'm not sure that they do. I think that Andy Dalton may have rubbed a lot of them the wrong way. We all know how much the guys, Derek, okay, I know Gally Moore. I will say it 10 times tonight, right? And then tomorrow morning it won't be retained, okay? Forgive me, okay? It's my dyslexia. I can't retain it. Give me some numbers. I'll tell you what they are tomorrow. But I just can't retain names. It's like Trayvon and Trayvon. I still can't get that one. I'm glad we got rid of him off the team so I didn't have to make that mistake anymore, okay? Understand what you get in here. I am an idiot, just like Philly 500 is a dingbat. A dingbat who doesn't know how to get his microphone working, okay? A dingbat that has got, like, 7-Eleven Wi-Fi, okay? That's what you get over there with Philly 500. Over here, you get a guy who's a name butcher. Understand, that's what you get. But I'm sitting there looking at Garrett Gilbert. I'm not saying that the offense played great, but didn't it seem like they were blocking a little bit better? Mike, didn't it seem like they react? Didn't the wide receivers actually seem like they played better? Because I saw CeeDee Lamb against the Cardinals drop, 3 passes? Yeah, but we also got a couple guys in the linebacker. Stop. Travis, stop. You know what? Stop this crap with this trade. Trade somebody. Trade. God damn. You have something that works. Why is it that we want to keep getting rid of the few things that we have that work? I'm sick of this stupid stuff. No, first of all, nobody's going to trade for Amari Cooper's contract. It's too much. Now, the good thing for the Cowboys is one more year you can walk away with only a $6 million cap hit. What do you think you're going to get when you trade for Amari Cooper? You think that people are going to give you more than what a guy is worth? That ship has sailed when we have the Herschel Walker trade. You have something that works tremendously. Okay? This is where I just don't frickin', excuse my language, but it pisses me off. You have 3 receivers that work well together. 3 of them. Ain't nobody saying, give me the ball, and everything else, pouting because they're not getting enough catches. Everybody is better because of the people that are around them. You can say, oh, we'll get rid of Amari Cooper. Guess what? Amari Cooper sometimes ends up being a decoy. Amari Cooper gets all of the attention, which makes it that much easier for CeeDee Lamb, which also makes it better for Michael Gallup on the outside. Because there's only one-on-one coverage with him. You take rid of Amari Cooper, that's one less weapon you have to cover. So now you end up getting more coverage on the other guys. Their production drops. There's so few things that really work on this team. You don't want to mess with the ones that work. You understand what I'm saying? That combination works. That combination between those 3 guys with Dak Prescott was deadly. That wasn't your problem on this team. Your problem was the defense wasn't doing jack until the last 2 games. If we could ever get the defense and the offense playing together with special teams, we'd be unstoppable. It just drives me crazy. And the whole debate on Dak Prescott, should we keep Dak Prescott? Just get a rookie in here. We'll just bring a quarterback in. How many great quarterbacks? Because, here's what I'm going to point out to you. The Eagles, take a look. They thought the Eagles traded up to get Carson Wentz. Traded up. They paid him a boatload of money. And right now,
the Cowboys, in your mind, this weekend, it's one thing, they've given up big numbers against good offenses. If they give up big numbers this weekend, what's at stake for that defense?
The season is over. If they give up big numbers to the New York Giants, they lose this game, there will be an implosion in Dallas, and no one will be able to contain it. When you have...
Wrong one. Sorry. That was the wrong one. Hold up. This one. Sorry, wrong clip. This is what you get with broke-ass media.
So I will ask anyone on this show who wants to do so to change my mind. I would argue that based on all those circumstances, no one is under more pressure this weekend than Carson Wentz. I believe he is facing more pressure to win this weekend than anyone, because if you watch the Giants play, they're not good, but they play everybody tough. Yeah. So could the Giants win this game? They absolutely could. And if either the noise got loud this week after Brett Favre made his comments, Imagine how loud it will be next week in Philadelphia if the Eagles were to lose to the Giants. So in my opinion, there's no one under more pressure this weekend than Carson Wentz. Let me bring out the group here and see if anyone wants to try and change my mind on that. Who will we go to first? Kimberly, I'll start with you. Do you want to change my mind? What do you think? Who's under the most pressure this week?
You know what? I wanted to, but I really am in agreement. You know why? Because Carson Wentz was drafted in 2016. And we still don't know if he's the guy. That's a problem, especially in Philly, especially after they won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles at quarterback. I think when you look at this offense, there are a lot of questions. And Carson is not delivering the answers that people need. And Doug
Leave
Peterson,
Philly alone, Jessica. Don't time him out. Let him bury himself.
Reticence to just squash the Brett Favre stuff from jump did raise eyebrows in Philly. I mean, since Frank Reich left, Peterson, this offense and Carson Wentz have not looked the same, and that is troubling.
And it's worth reminding everyone who doesn't know, Doug Peterson and Brett Favre were teammates once upon a time in Green Bay. So that I think sort of added a layer to this. All right, RC, you look pensive. Do you want to change my mind?
I want to so badly, though.
But I can't. I can't.
I've run through every single division, every quarterback, every head coach, and I've tried to think of someone who was in a more difficult situation, because no matter how much you want to say about Brett Favre is a Hall of Famer. Brett Favre knows quarterback play, so when he says that, people start to think, you know what, that's right.
He might know what he's talking about.
Was the Super Bowl MVP, and then now you look at the fact that if Evan Ingram catches a football in primetime against the Philadelphia Eagles, the New York Giants actually beat them. And so you start to think about where Carson Wentz is in his career and what we expect from the money that they gave him. And then you say, Doug Peterson, you took a long time to come out and say something about Brett Favre. Did you whisper this to him? Is this something that you guys have had a conversation about? So, Greeny, I'd like to make you wrong, but today I can't. You are absolutely correct. Carson Wentz is under more duress, more stress. He is under a higher microscope than anybody playing football this weekend.
I'm 2 for 2. Bart Scott, what do you think? You want to change my mind?
Well, I'll tell you what, you and Brett Favre are both wrong, Ryan. I tell you what, when you go in, you have to look at the chef, and the chef in the kitchen that got all the ingredients that he needs for a great meal but has failed to put it together is Bruce Arians, because the most talented roster.
All right, so I still say Carson Wentz. The fact that you still have questions about him. So is Jalen Hurts, that number 2 pick they have, is he the answer for the Eagles? Is he the answer? How about the Washington football team? Haven't they been trying to get a quarterback forever? They got Haskins that can't even get on. Is he even on the team? Is Haskins still even on the team?
No, he came to work, so I was sick and
Well, right. That was weeks ago. He's still sick?
I mean, is he playing on Sunday? Because he's attending, I think he's number 2 quarterback.
Is he number 2 now? Oh, well, he has to be, because I forgot. Kyle Allen got hurt. Yeah. So the Washington team. You got Danny Dollar Store, who was a first-round drafted quarterback. How's he doing up there? How's he doing? You're lucky if there's one really good quarterback in a draft. One. If you get 2, that's amazing. Surprisingly, in 2016, we had Dak, we had Carson Wentz, and we had Jared Goff. But do you look at Jared Goff and Carson Wentz as one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL? I don't think anybody has them in there. I don't think anybody has them up in there. Look at Mariota and Jameis Winston. You guys think that they're top 10 quarterbacks? That was number 1, number 2 pick in the draft. There are very few hits on first-round drafted quarterbacks. So why are you looking and saying, oh, let's just draft another one? You have guys that have been quarterback drafting every other year like the Cleveland Browns. Do you think that Baker Mayfield is the guy? And let me ask you this. If hypothetically you could get Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence, you get him, and then your next pick isn't until the second round. What are you getting in the second round? Are you getting a guy who's going to help block for him? Are you going to get somebody that's going to be able to cover somebody in the secondary? Or are you better off bringing back Dak Prescott, and then taking that number 1 pick? And let's say there's a guy out there like Chase Young that you get in the first round. Let's say we got another Tyron Smith in the first round. Are we better getting Dak Prescott and the next Tyron Smith or Chase Young, and then go in the second round and get in a safety, I dare say you got a quarterback that knows each of these guys, that clearly makes the offense go. Clearly makes the offense go. You done seen, Andy Dalton. Remember they said Andy Dalton's never had these kind of weapons. Andy Dalton, man, he's going to show you Dak ain't shit. Okay, yeah. So much for that. I honestly look at this and say, 2021 is the year that you want to go out and say, let's go ahead and get this shit together. We have so many draft picks for this year coming up. Mr. Dallas Cowboy for right. What's up? What's up, man? How you doing? We have so many draft picks that we can fill in so many of the holes. And the fact that if we stay where we are, you're looking at, we'll say hypothetically, we'll say the 5th pick, because I still think we're going to win a couple of games. But let's say we get the 5th pick. You can get one of the best tackles. You can get one of the best edge rushers in the first round easily. You might even be able to trade back and turn that into multiple picks. Second round is the 37th pick. Safeties, I've said this so many times, safeties don't really go in the first round. You could potentially get the best left tackle and the best safety in the draft and have Dak Prescott coming back. And still have 2 third-round picks. And possibly more if you trade back. 2 third-round picks, you're getting more offensive linemen. You got 2 fourth-round picks. You can fill in a lot of these holes that we have on this team. Now, if it ends up being that the Eagles get their ass whipped by the Giants on Sunday, and then they've got a gauntlet where they've got to play Green Bay, they got to play Seattle, they got to play who else they got to play? Wait, let me look it up, because the Eagles got a tough schedule. Hold up. Eagles' only easy games are in the division. And they've already lost to the Washington team, should have lost to the Giants before. And we were leading at halftime as bad as we were. So you look at the Eagles after the Giants, they've got the Browns, they got the Seahawks, they got the Packers, they got the Saints, they got the Cardinals, and then Cowboys, and then Washington. You thinking that the Eagles are going to run through that? Are you guys thinking that the Eagles are going to run through that without a problem? Christopher, how you doing, man? What's up? Fernando, Kegels ain't got nothing to be proud of. You're right about that. Derek Young, hello, Miss Anita. Here's a real fan. Great insight. Miss Anita knows her stuff. And shout out to Miss Anita and Miss Jackie for checking on me every day to make sure I was okay. We better win on Sunday, or you're going to have to work overtime on Kyle Pizzle's channel. Okay. We're not physical enough. Travis, I tell you what, for the first time on our defensive line, we actually got physical. Antoine Woods and Gillimore got physical on that defensive line. We got penetration for the first time. And you could see that whole thing turned this defense around. And I think for me, I look at it and say Tristan Hill added to that mix next year, coming back from injury. Alden Smith, we hear Jerry Jones is I don't understand Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones literally talks too damn much. Jerry, are you still here, Philly? Phil, I'm trying to keep my cool. But see, you're annoying me. You're like a cockroach. You're like a freaking cockroach. You know what? And I'm going to say, this is for you, Philly 500.
A man ain't got his word. It's a cockroach.
A man that ain't got his word is a cockroach. You're a cockroach, Philly. You are a freaking cockroach. We have a good group of guys that we can put together on that defensive line. Our secondary needs to be overhauled. So I ask you this. Let your cockroaches troll. Up there's Gina. What's up, Gina? Gina? Hold up. Here, let's get Gina. There you go. What's up, Gina? I'm still looking for Always a Lady. If anybody sees Always a Lady, please let her know to email me. Philly 500, quit harassing Jessica. She's a lady. You know, well, see, you got to understand, Miss Jackie. Those Eagle fans, they don't see too many ladies. They're stuck in their mama's basement, and they see a woman, they just literally go crazy, okay? They don't know how to act. They don't have manners. They don't understand that it's ladies' night and to treat them like a lady. They don't understand that you got to treat a lady like a lady. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Andrew, I'm sorry. Excuse my language here. You know, there's some things that are out of bounds, and there's some people that are just motherfucking assholes. Andrew, I don't know who the fuck you are, but you can kiss my motherfucking ass, and I hope you die, bitch. Boy, bye. Get the fuck out of here. You think it's a joke that somebody lost my brother? You think that's a goddamn joke? Fuck you. Fuck you. Please, moderators, if we get any more motherfucking assholes like that, please. Like that's a goddamn joke. Excuse me, people. I apologize. You know, you can't have a normal discussion and joke and kid with people and things like that, you know, where people just don't have to be an asshole. That is just out of bounds, you know? My brother means a lot to me. In the same way, so many others out there have lost loved ones. I'm here because I'm trying to work and get over losing a family member, somebody that's really, really important to me. I come in here because it's fun and it's therapy. I come in here because there's other people out there that are hurting. Talking to one of the great fans out there who's dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder that's lost their job. People come in here to have fun and to get away from some of their problems. And I'm sick and tired of assholes that just come in just to be a freaking dick. You got no soul. You got no manners. And I don't have time to waste for assholes like that. And I'm sorry for my language. We are trying to be a family show. And the whole stuff with Philly 500, Cop Pizzle and all that stuff, it's fun. It's drama. I don't know how to put it in. But I hold no disregard to any of these people. Don't be an asshole. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. You're not welcome here. You want to do that? Take it someplace else. Things you don't respect is Eagles number 5 in pass defense. Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, okay, do you honestly believe that Trevor Lawrence is the savior? Do you honestly believe that Trevor Lawrence is going to be able to do all the things that Dak does right out the bat? What you got, Mike? Russell wasn't the number 1 pick. He was a 3rd string pick. Russell Wilson was picked the year that they had hold on. Andrew Luck, RG3, Russell Wilson. What they said about Russell Wilson was if you need a backup quarterback, he might be okay for a few games. They had actually paid Matt Flynn to be their starting quarterback, but Russell Wilson beat him out. That's how wrong that they were. Dak Prescott, he wasn't, higher than 7th in anybody's ranking. Everybody's talking about Carson Wentz and things. You think about guys like Josh Rosen. Oh, they always go through and tell you how good this guy and that guy's going to be. But you know how many times they're young? Vince Young. When Vince Young came out, Vince Young, Texas, the miracle drive in the end where they won and all that, and it ended up being He was crazy. He spent all his money. He's broke. And he was out of the NFL. And then went to Philly and said, we're the dream team, which ended up killing their season too. Thank you, DT. I appreciate that. Tank for Lawrence. Oh, my God.
Why would you take for Lawrence?
I just can't.
They're going to re-sign Dak Prescott next year.
I just can't. I just can't. I'm sorry. I just can't. I just can't with this Trevor Lawrence. I'm going to ask you this. Okay. People are talking about tanking for Trevor Lawrence. How many games have you watched of Trevor Lawrence? What do you know about Trevor Lawrence? Tell me what it is about Trevor Lawrence that you like because you've scouted that guy and you know he is going to be there. Because, they said because here's the thing that's interesting. Because they say he's the best prospect, generational player since Andrew Luck. Now, Andrew Luck wasn't bad, but Andrew Luck, you can look and say the Colts might have been better off holding on to Peyton Manning for a few more years and drafting somebody else, because what did they win with Andrew Luck? He stayed injured. How do you know that's not Trevor Lawrence? How do you know it's not Trevor, that Trevor Lawrence might not be that guy? How do you know Trevor Lawrence doesn't get out there and he's Josh Rosen? You don't know. You know how many quarterbacks that they said are going to be great? Take a look at all the ones that were drafted ahead of Dak Prescott. They said were going to be great. You remember last year they were talking about Sam Darnold? Sam Darnold, I'll take Sam Darnold over Dak Prescott. He's got the bigger arm. He's got the bigger build and everything else. And right now the Jets are looking at another quarterback. San Francisco paid a boatload of money for Jimmy G. Word is that they're thinking about another quarterback this year too. Right? You understand that, right? You understand that, right? You understand that Kyler Murray was drafted to replace Josh Rosen. You understand that Haskins can't even get traded. So you guys keep thinking, no, Rosen was a number 1 pick. No, I'm sorry. No, you're right. No, excuse me. My bad. No, he was the 6th pick by Arizona. Excuse me. But he was a first-round draft pick. So all you guys keep saying, just draft a quarterback. But that's not the problem. That's Letitia. How you doing? What's up? Hold it. We got another one of our ladies. Oh. And then there's Aisha. How you doing, Aisha? How about he wants too much? You know what? Hey, I tell you what. In 5 years, Dak Prescott has made less than $40 million. In 5 years of playing football, Dak Prescott has made less than $40 million. All 5 years. The Cowboys were able to get out from underneath Dez Bryant's contract, Tony Romo's, and go from where they were $25 million over the cap every single year because of Dak Prescott. You know what? Just with Minnesota, how much Kirk Cousins has cost them? Would you believe that Kirk Cousins is guaranteed to make 66 and 88, 66, that's $148 million is guaranteed. Guaranteed. Kirk Cousins has got $66 million more guaranteed for the next 2 years from the Minnesota Vikings. $66 million. Will have made over $200 million. Deshaun Watson right now, a team that doesn't have first-round picks this year. They're going to Miami. He's got $39 million a year. Right? There is no more quarterbacks that are down here getting nothing, chump change. It was just a couple of years ago. You understand, it was just 3 years ago that Matt Ryan was the first $30 million quarterback. He got his deal right after Kirk Cousins got his fully guaranteed $88 million for 3 years. Okay? Just 3 years ago, $30 million was the cap. Now you got Pat Mahomes at 45. You got Deshaun Watson at 39. If perchance Dak Prescott does get a contract that pays him $40 million a year, $40 million in 3 years from now will be a cheap contract. In the same way that 6 years ago, $20 million was the high contract for Drew Brees. It just keeps rolling. And you got to understand something else. And you guys keep worrying about all this money. Oh, my God, the Cowboys can't spend money on a quarterback. Well, we spent money on a running back. I don't see anybody saying, can we get a refund? We spent money on a defensive end. We spent money on an offensive lineman. And we understand that we got one person who makes all those guys go, even when the offensive line is not. There's no guarantee that the next guy that you bring in here will do that. And we've already gone through the experiment of saying, oh, anybody will work. We'll bring Andy Dalton in there. He'll be fine. In the same way, because this is history repeating itself. When Tony Romo went down in 2015, we went out and said, oh, we'll just get Matt Castle. You know, he's been to the Pro Bowl 1 year. He worked underneath Bill Belichick. We had great weapons. We had a great running back, and we had a great offensive line there. And you know how many games he won? 1. And it was Dak Prescott taking that same offensive line, those same receivers, replacing Darren McFadden with Zeke Elliott. And Zeke only ended up doing 300 more yards. 300 more yards than Darren McFadden. That's it. And we went from 4-12 to 13-3. There you go. Thank you. There'll be a Trevor Lawrence every year. Shout out to you on that super chat. Who was that on that super chat there? Robbie Radford, you're right. Every year there's always a Trevor Lawrence. You were right about that. And but you know what? Like I said, if you want to be a Dak Prescott hater, you don't have to be here. You don't have to be here. Oh, Ed Oliver's here. What's up, Ed? How you doing, man? Who's Washington play this week?
The Lions, so they might actually beat the Lions.
Uh-oh. It could be. You know what?
I mean, because the Lions are like even with the Washington, so that's a tall.
Well, the Lions stink.
So is Washington, but they're about the same.
I think Washington stinks less than the Lions. Is that a 1 o'clock game too? Oh, snap. Okay.
Oh, that's even better because by 4 o'clock we're done watching football.
Oh, so we got a triple stream? I mean, oh my God. Oh, Lordy. Damn. That's going to be a crazy Sunday. Over a crazy 4 hours. Let's go. Hope you can it at this point. What quarterback is 6'6"? You know, it's funny how, but here's the funny thing. See, here's why the Cowboys missed on TJ Watt. You know why the Cowboys missed on TJ Watt? Because they said he's not tall enough. We'd rather have Taco, who has the length. We can't use, no. Yeah, instead of saying the guy can play. What's that?
The thing is, I don't know if Dallas Cowboys know how to use him right.
Well, either way. But my point being is they looked around and said, nah, we're better off with Taco Charlton. Not I'm saying that Taco was terrible, but you could have had TJ Watt, who had 10 pressures against us. 10 pressures. He has more pressures than Aaron Donald. Okay? But see, the Cowboys said, oh, but he's not tall enough. He's not. And see, here you go. Well, Trevor Lawrence is 6'6". It doesn't mean shit. You know, Russell Wilson, they list him at 6 foot. Russell Wilson is about 5'11". Thomas Miles, you don't have to listen. Thomas. You know what? You don't have to like Dak Prescott. This is my channel. I do. And if you don't like him, that's fine. There's plenty of channels you can go to. Take your happy ass over to those and go ahead and have your circle jerk with the rest of them. Okay? This is a Dak Prescott is my quarterback channel. I like Dak. Dak, to me, is the best option for the Dallas Cowboys. And like I said, you don't have to be here if you don't like it. Okay? like I said, those morons out here that think, oh, well, you know, well, I'll take Andy Dalton. Oh, I'll take Sam Darnold. You know, Matthew Stafford. Man, Matthew Stafford's a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. That's fine. You're free to do that. I'm happy that you believe that. Be happy someplace else. That's all I got to say. Life is too short. You know, my brother was only 6 years older than me and got cancer that literally ate him up in 7 months. 7 months. You think I got time to waste with idiots? I don't. If you want to be here, I'm happy that you want to be here and be part of the community. But don't come in here wasting my time talking some stupid stuff, okay? What's up, Ed? How you doing, man? Dak will be back better than ever. Oh, you know Dak will be back. Dak is one of those. Dak is chomping at the bit to get out there on the field. That is a guy who's driven. Because here's the interesting thing that people don't seem to understand. You know, they say, well, we need Russell Wilson. Do you realize that Russell, actually, let's do this. Let's show this. As good as Russell Wilson is, Russell Wilson didn't have to be the guy he is now back in the day. Because I want you to understand that Dak Prescott and Russell Wilson, their first 3 years had the same statistics. In fact, Dak Prescott had more yards. Here's what's amazing is Russell Wilson had the best defense in football. Let me show it to you guys, because I know you guys think I'm full of crap. But 2012, here's Russell Wilson's statistics. 64% completion percentage, 3,118 yards, 26 TDs, 10 interceptions. Was that special? Is that a special number? Second year, 3,357 yards, 26 TDs, 9 interceptions. Was that special? Third year, 63.1% completions, 20 TDs, 7 interceptions. Do you look at that and say, that guy's elite off of those first 3 years? That's what the numbers were. Now, they had the best defense in football. That's why they won a Super Bowl. That's why they went to another Super Bowl. But you go down here's where it's funny. Look at this. 34 TDs, 11 interceptions, 3,900 yards. Oh, man, that's a great year. They were 9-7. Wait a minute. His numbers got better, and they were 9-7. Look at the year before. 4,200 yards, 21 TDs, 11 interceptions. They were just 10-5. Look at all these years. 31 TDs, only 5 interceptions. They're 11-5. You know why? Because they didn't have that same defense that was getting them the football. His numbers have been through the roof. But yet, somehow, the idiots out there that think, oh, well, if you got a great quarterback, automatically you'll win a Super Bowl. Then how come Russell Wilson hasn't won a Super Bowl since 2014? Can you explain that to me? Because clearly you say, oh, we get Trevor Lawrence, we're going to win Super Bowl. But here it is. Russell Wilson hasn't won anything since then. I can go through the same thing with Drew Brees. People will say, oh, Dak Prescott, we'll be a 9-7 team. You know that Drew Brees has 6 years where they were 7-9? 6 seasons, right? You understand that, right? You can talk about Aaron Rodgers, who's the bad man, one of the best quarterbacks in football. But he hasn't been in the Super Bowl since what, 2011? Why? I'm not saying they're not great quarterbacks, because they are. But for some reason, people don't seem to understand that you still need a defense. You need a special team. You need a defense that takes the ball away. But I don't understand how some of you are so blind to think that a great quarterback can play with just anybody and it just works. It doesn't. And if you believe that, you're just stupid. I'm sorry for calling some of you guys idiots, but some of you guys are just idiots. I would do more than swear if I could come face-to-face with an alien. I come face-to-face with an alien every night because I got an Alienware computer up in here. And every time I turn on the computers, I get all these alien heads on each one of these monitors. He said Dak has not thrown for more than, oh, my, who said Dak has not, oh, my God. Oh, my, Oh, oh my God. Dak Prescott, I think Carson Wentz is finally 7 yards. I may be wrong, but hold on. There is no quarterback who gets more propping up than Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, you feel like he's the poor kid that always gets beat up in school. Poor Carson Wentz, he doesn't have anybody to throw to. Is that what we're saying about Andy Dalton? That Andy Dalton, poor Andy Dalton, he's not making passes because he's got nobody to throw to. He got great receivers to throw to. He just can't make the passes to them. How do we know that Carson Wentz doesn't actually have great receivers? He just can't get it to them. I mean, do we? Do we know that? So Carson Wentz has 883 yards, 12 TDs, 12 interceptions on the year, 58% completion percentage. I'm sorry, that's pathetic. That's pathetic. And here you go. Look at this. This is completion percentage. 62, 60, 69, 63, 58. Look at these numbers. He's steadily going downhill. His touchdowns, 16, 33, 21, 27, 12. I mean, he's on pace right now for 24, 14, 7, 7, 7, 12 interceptions on this year. If you want to talk about it, this guy has regressed. This guy is constantly like it's the end of a game and he's trying to make a play on every play and he's holding on to the ball too long and making poor decisions. This guy, your coach has to go out there and defend him right now. You got Hall of Famers that are saying, this guy sucks, like Brett Favre did. If Cop Pizzle wins, you won't be able to brag about being the division winner next year because Cop Pizzle got it. Mark is dreaming of Carson. Oh, please, Philly. Philly, you're still here? You're still here? I thought somebody took out the trash. Those are terrible stats. Not even a little. Wow, Wentz pacing. We can talk about Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston was 30 for 30. He had 30 TDs and 30 interceptions. Carson Wentz won't get to 30 TDs. He might get to 30 interceptions. He might get those. But, yeah. But, Miss Jackie, you are 100% right. He gets coddled more than any other quarterback. Whereas Dak Prescott, every single pass, everything that Dak Prescott has ever done has always been scrutinized. The fact that they don't even call Randy, appreciate the super chat. I said, hasn't Dak still thrown for more yards than Wentz? Dak actually, let me pull it up. I think he's just a couple behind him.
Are you talking about this year or
this year so far? I think Carson Wentz is ahead by. No. Wow. Dak has 856 yards. Okay. Carson Wentz on the year. No, he has 8. No. I'm sorry. Carson Wentz is there. Carson Wentz is there by 28 yards. 28 yards. That's it. It took him 3+ games to beat. Oh, wow. Wentz is always hype. Mark, that video you did, that ending was hilarious. You mean the Philly 500 and Co-Pizzle and everything else with the bet? Yeah, that was actually cathartic for me. A little bit of realness for you because we're going to get ready to get out of here. There's so many people that are out here. I get emails from different fans and things, and I'm sure there's 10 times as more fans that are in here that have lost family members and things. And I have been blessed the fact that my parents, my dad's 81, my mom's soon to be 80, are still here and still healthy. My in-laws are still here. And me losing my brother was really the first immediate family person that I've ever lost. And it hurts like hell. There's a lot of people out there that have lost people, especially through this age of COVID. My man Q has lost more cousins and aunts and uncles and things because of COVID and stuff. We know about guys like DT's nephew who, you know, has got a long road to recovery. We know, oh my God, Peoples Aguilar, you know, who sent me this, that are dealing with stuff. We have a lot of people out here that are hurting in things, and it's difficult. And I'm sorry I went off on that person, but for somebody to joke about somebody dying, I'm sorry, you got no soul. But to go today to my parents' house, my wonderful wife, who does a lot of writing and stuff for her job and things, was writing the eulogy for my brother, and we were going through getting pictures and stuff together to put together for the website and things, because you lost somebody. And to go through and to see your parents, it's the first time I've ever seen my father cry. The first time. And parents aren't supposed to bury their kids. And you go through all kinds of emotions and things. He's back. Oh, DT, I'm sorry. I hope he's doing better. Email me and let me know how he's doing, man. DT, his nephew, in his last year of school, ended up 2 weeks after being back at school in the hospital on a ventilator. He had gotten out of the hospital, but now he's back in there. It's hard. And after doing that, it was actually good to come home and shoot that video to kind of take my mind away, to kind of laugh a little bit, to kind of be here with you guys, because nobody should be alone when they're going through a lot of hard times. Somebody actually made a comment to me. It's like, how the hell can you be making videos and things, you know, with death in your family? I almost say, how can I not? Throughout this whole pandemic, you know, my daughter wanted to come back home for this, but it's like with everything that's going on, you going to an airport, you know, flying for 6 hours, then going through another airport, and everything that's going on, we can't risk you coming through and getting somebody else sick. The fact that we got to have a funeral with its only very few people, when he's got all kinds of friends and relatives and things that want to go through. It's all really, really difficult. But the thing I can always say is there's some of you out there that are just assholes, that are just, and excuse my language, but there's so many of you that are honestly like family. So many people I've never actually met in person. You know, Q, you know, there's nothing I wouldn't do for Q. Miss Anita right there. Miss Anita is always, you know, she lost her father last year, and so on. But you guys are like my sounding board, my strength, my friendship, and you help me get through the day. And as bad as this world has been between everybody, and if you're not with me, it's F you. We got to stop that stuff, because we're all we got. It's time to stop hating each other, because life and time goes by so fast. Before you know it, it's going to be your time to go. And you don't want to waste it being hateful and evil and ugly. Take this time to get to know people, to enjoy life. Try and make somebody else happy while you're here. And for God's sake, if you have people that you care about, don't wait. Don't wait to let them know how you feel. The last conversation I had with my brother, I almost knew inside that I wasn't going to be able to talk to him. I called him, but the cancer had gotten so bad that he's disoriented. And I'm talking to him, he's like, I just woke up, and he said, and just couldn't. He said, I'll call you back. And he never called me back. And the next day, I kept calling and calling and calling, but his phone was off because he didn't remember to charge it, and he died that day. It's time for us to stop hating each other and start treating each other with some love and some respect. I appreciate all of you all. because I've gotten so many kind words and so many kind thoughts from everybody. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. But let's stop hating each other. If you really want to do something for me, stop hating everybody. Let's try and make this all a better place for everybody. I hadn't planned on getting emotional in here like this, but you go through cycles where you try and you don't think about it, but then things come back and knock you back. My thoughts and prayers are for everybody out here. All right. I still need, Mike, have we gotten more pictures on your website from people, from fans? I'm way behind on the shot glass pictures. If you've recently gotten shot glasses, and we've sent out quite a few of them, please email me a picture. If your picture is not on there, email me with it, please, so that way I can get you added to it, because you guys are my rock.
Or it might be easier.
What's that?
If you go to the join button, you email them the join button, so they have all of them.
But if they're already joined, does that?
No, it'll unlock the email.
Okay. All right. So
If you're a member.
if you're a channel member, go to the join button, click on that, because that will take you to Michael Anthony's or the email that's directly to that. Because sometimes what happens is it gets lost in my email, because I get tons of spam. I get spam like crazy. Lone Wolf, please answer. Please answer. What's that, Lone Wolf? Lone Wolf, what was your question? Lone Wolf, please answer. I don't see your question. Okay, you can ask me. Hurry up, Lone Wolf. Ask me. I see you. Can you ask me something? You say, please answer. Come on, Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf. Oh, Lone Wolf. I saw her suffer until she. Oh, I'm sorry, Jessica. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. Come on, Lone Wolf. I want to get out of here before I cry. And then somebody will take that and say Mark Holmes is crying because the Eagles beat him or something on a clip. My question is, what's the best way to deal with the mother's loss? You know, I tell you what was good today. I realized this. My brother's 61 to me, which is too young to be going. But it was great because we were going through pictures of my brother and thinking about things that I'd forgotten that we had done, growing up and things. I've got knives that he's made upstairs. See, in my mind, every day that you're alive is your opportunity to write your eulogy. It's not about making money or screwing somebody over. It's about the relationships that you make. And the person will always live on in the memories that you have, the things that they teach you. I can't say that I've been fortunate that I have not lost my mother. I'm fortunate on that one. But I know that what I'm trying to do before I leave out of here is to plant the seeds of the knowledge that I have and good feelings and things. Because when I'm gone, I want people to say, I miss Mark. Mark did this. He built that. He taught me this. Because as long as people have those memories of you, that person will always live on. And that's the truth. So that's what I'll always do. I'll think about helping my brother build houses and things and calling him an educated fool because he had more degrees than you could shake a stick at but had no common sense. But doing incredible things from skydiving, flying airplanes, or skin diving, or literally, without having the money to do things, figuring out a way to do the things that he enjoyed. And see, that's why I say, don't waste your time with nonsense. You know, and I'm not going to waste. You know, people want to be idiots like that person in here. Fine, go ahead. But you're not going to hurt me. You're not going to waste my time. You're not going to steal my thunder. I'm just going to get you the hell up out of here. Because as Jerry Jones says,
I don't have time to have a bad time. It isn't on my schedule.
It ain't on my schedule. All right, y'all. I pray for everybody else that's out there that's dealing with some stuff. If there's anything I can ever do for anybody, you know, you need somebody to talk to, email me and say, hey, Mark, you know, you guys, my email's right there. You know, I do everything I can to try and help somebody else if I can. So I appreciate y'all, but you know what? It's definitely time to pour myself a drink. So it's time for shots. Shots. This one's for everybody who's lost somebody to 2020. 2020 has been a mother humper, but rest in peace, all of y'all. Thank you.
The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.